G'day viewers, Peter here, how are they hanging? Been out hiking today, but I'll just show you the back of the car first. Can you see, we've been four-wheel driving, and you can see we've been on some dusty roads. The reason I wanted to show you that was we've come to this little picnic area. Now, I'm highly critical of the Australian government at many levels, but I think sometimes if there's something good, you've got to say it. So we've got this lovely picnic area, and we've just driven on the road, and I can tell by the tyre tracks that I think no car has been on this road for probably 2 weeks. And then you come, look, there's picnic tables. I don't know if you can see the picnic tables out there. It is quite a lovely spot. And then you come to this barbecue. Now there's a light on the top, and I have not seen an electricity pole for at least 30 kilometres, 30 to 50 kilometres. So where this electricity comes from and where the man comes to clean it, look at this stainless steel barbecue. Now, if I had an egg, I could pop an egg on here and a steak and cook it. And there's no coin in the slot. This is free, absolutely free. You just push this button here. And funnily enough, you see this, I knew this would be Christie Proprietary Limited, Brassett Avenue, Dramana. When I was a farmer, I was a chook farmer in Red Hill, and the next town along was Dramana, and I drove past this barbecue manufacturer, and I'm driving to visit my son 3,000 kilometres north of me, and you still see these free barbecues everywhere in Australia, and they're all made where I used to live. And I mean, look at the beautiful park benches, and it's clean. I suppose some international people might say, well, there's no bins here. If you look at this sign, it says, please take your rubbish home. Now you think about it, if they had bins here, they'd have to get a man. See, we've been having fires. If they had bins, they'd have to get a man come every day to empty them. And so I think taking your rubbish home is perfectly reasonable. I'll take my hat off. I'm wearing my big hat because we've been hiking. I'm in the middle of the state called New South Wales, and a town called Griffith, and we're on the way to visit my son. So we're driving 6,000 kilometres, 3,000 up to see him and 3,000 back, and we're still inside Australia. It's a pretty big place. But you have these little spots. Sorry about that, the phone dropped out. So that's my car. So you do need a four-wheel drive in this sort of area. We couldn't have got here without a four-wheel drive. So, you know, I'm grateful that my government, although I don't like the migration policy and the housing policy, but then I get to drink clean water and I breathe clean air. And I've just been for a walk around the township of Griffith, and this morning we found a cave where a man was a cave dweller, and he was living in a cave with no facilities, just a cave on the edge of the town of Griffith until 1957. And that's not that long ago. And, you know, so I am fortunate to live in a nice country, so you've got to take the good with the bad. And like we did that cave walk in the morning, and then we're in the national park, and we've just done Jack's Creek hike earlier, and now this is Store Creek hike. And you know, I do live in a nice country. Like last year we were walking in a riverbed like this one, and my wife fell over and broke her wrist, and we're in the middle of the South Australian desert, and we had to walk to the car and then drive for several hours, and there was a hotel a hospital in a town called Hawker, and there was only one doctor there, and they had to ring her up at home, and she came out and checked my wife, and they had an portable x-ray machine there. They x-rayed it and they sent it off to the capital city, and they said, yeah, it's broken, and put it in a plastic cast in this fashion. And they did that, and we walked out of there with a cast on, and it was free of charge, absolutely no cost. And you know, you can't complain about that. I do live in a good country, but I think it's also reasonable to be critical at times. But I'm just going to say, yeah, we're enjoying our time around Griffith. So, uru. Oh, and if anybody's wondering, if you look over there, there is a toilet. Now, there's toilet facilities, but it's only a long drop. So if you don't mind using a long drop toilet, but everything here has to be ecologically viable, and so putting in sewage and stuff, we're not connected to it. We are in the middle of nowhere. We really are in the middle of nowhere. So there's a long drop toilet, and I'm buggered if I know where the electricity comes from for the electric barbecue. There must be a solar panel somewhere. I don't know how they do it. So we're in the middle of nowhere. So, uru.